Wasabi Walnut, what's hurting my tummy? Wednesday. It's another episode of Lotek Health. Let ourselves translate expert knowledge with your host, Brad Burns. Now, this day on Wasabi Walnut Wednesday, what's hurting my tummy? I would like to focus on, again, joy. That feeling of feeling so good, feeling so light, that you're just raised up into the sky from understanding. Who knows exactly what it is, but if we've ever felt it, we felt that light feeling. If anyone's felt a pit, like their stomach just fell out, hopefully they've felt the opposite, of nerves uplifting them and bringing them to a point of sheer euphoria. If you haven't experienced it, I would highly suggest giving it a try. I use music. I find music really brings my vibration up to a level that makes me feel very light and very happy and very lighthearted. Like anything can be okay. Everything is okay, and there's nothing that's going to stop you from being okay. It's a wonderful feeling, and I don't know if I see it very often in patients. Sometimes you do. You try to entertain them. You try to make them happy. You try to explain things in a way that they understand, and try not to bring them down too much about it, because again, the hospital is not where everybody would like to end up. It's a product, healthcare. We end up buying despite whether or not we plan on it at all. And if you can make somebody laugh there, you can make them laugh anywhere. It's a good feeling to try to bring somebody up who hasn't decided that they're going to come up yet. Didn't sign up for this. Nobody really did. But there are gems. There are times when you see a light bulb come on. And more than a light bulb, you see somebody become lighter. You do. Specifically, I had a patient take a 1 pound shit once. That's right. A whole pound came out of him. I weighed him, standing weight, so it was accurate. He didn't change clothes when he went out of the bathroom and back onto the scale. And there was a whole pound's difference. 1.2 pounds. That's right. So think about that when you wonder why, if you go to the hospital, we make you NPO. It means we don't want you to eat anything before surgery, because you can be FOS, or full of shit or stool, on either an x-ray or any type of scope where they put a camera and a tube down your throat or up your bum. We want to make sure that we can see, because if there's shit in the way, you can't see anything. You can't see a damn thing. And so we make you NPO, which NPO is Latin. It stands for Nil per os, which is Latin for don't choke on your shit and die. It's important, because if you eat after midnight, you could. We don't know that you won't, but you could very well choke on shit and die. And we don't want that, because talk about what's hurting my tummy. Choking to death, definitely going to hurt your tummy. Another funny intervention for anybody who's outside of healthcare: when you start choking, if you're making noise, you can't do the Heimlich. If you're moving air, all we are trained and taught to do is to applaud you and say, good job, cough better, keep going, keep doing it, you're doing great, until, of course, they aren't breathing. And that way, that moment, it has occluded the air pipe, and you can shoot it out. You could shoot whatever that food object, sometimes inanimate object, like out through the Heimlich maneuver that we all know from Mrs. Doubtfire. Help is on the way, dear. But till that moment of not moving air, you can't do anything. You're doing great. Just keep coughing better. Cough better, harder, faster, stronger. Good job. Which is kind of crazy to think, especially seeing as how in movies you also will witness them hook up pads and shock a dead body back to life. That doesn't work either. CPR involves very consistent compression. And it looks like we've frozen. That's a fun place to freeze. Look like oh shit, I look like that? So very high quality compressions make for about 30% of the blood volume being circulated, which isn't a whole lot. It's not. It's an F. It's an F in every state in the whole country. But that's the best we got. We press on your heart, allow recoil, greater than 2 inches, and it's circulating some of your body. Hopefully it's getting to your head and your vital organs. But that rest of that 70% is turned into fucking glue. It's turned into glue. And it's sad to say that if we could, I would shock them. It'd be great. But those are only with VFib and pulseless VTAC, which everything else, you just gotta PEA and asystole. You just gotta keep pressing and keep pushing epi. Keep pushing epi, maybe throw some bicarb, depending on what your provider is going to be suggesting. You will watch those H's and T's, but a lot of times there's not a ton we can do. So what's hurting my tummy? I'll tell you what. Not having that 1 pound shit. I hope you all, sometime in your life, experience that satisfying 1 pound shit. Because you deserve it. Because today doesn't always have to be what's hurting my tummy Wednesday. It can be what's making me feel light Wednesday. And with that, I'll close this Wasabi Walnut What's Hurting My Wednesday. What's hurting my Wednesday? What's hurting my tummy Wednesday? Lotek health episode. It's your host, Brad Burns, signing off. Another Let Ourselves Translate Expert Knowledge Day. Thank you for listening.